Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are going to take these Volkswagen heads and release the springs, take the valves out, and I'm going to show you a problem I ran into. We'll see if it happens. I already did one head. We'll see if it happens with this head. But let's get right to it. First thing I want to do is, they've been sitting a while, so make sure you hit them. Make sure they're loose, not stuck. For this tool, just gotta compress this and take the retainers out. Slowly let that come back up. And you can see from the right hand of the screen, I have everything labeled. Okay, here's the problem I'm running into. With the other side, this valve will not come out. Yep, same deal. It sticks right there. Now the problem is, on the end of this valve, if you look right where my fingernail is, see that? Right where my fingernail is, on the very end of the valve, there's a teeny tiny burr. See that? So what I've been doing is taking a grinding stone, one of these, a little oil, and a little bit of 400 wet, and taking that burr off the end there, and they come right out. They pop right out. Let me know if you guys have run into this too. I'm wondering if it's a big problem or not, if something's going on, or if it's common. I don't know. I've never done this before. So any help, comments are appreciated. Oh, I put this in backwards. I put this rag down here just so I don't mar the hell out of the inside of these things. This tool I put in the parts list. Very handy, very easy to use. What I did was I drilled some holes. There's only 2 holes in it. I drilled some more holes and I screwed it down to my little table here. Temporary setup. Very easy to use. Oop. This is one thing I don't like about this thing. It's supposed to have a notch in there where it sticks, but it doesn't do a very good job. Push down. Little magnet dealio. Slowly let up, and voila, that's how easy it is to take your heads apart. Yep, same deal, all of them. That one is not as bad. That's probably the worst one. You actually hear it stop. I did check, these have no play. These are very good. I'm pretty sure these heads are fairly new. As I mentioned in my last video, I said I wasn't going to get too crazy with porting. Well, guess what I did? I put the thing in there with the studs and flipped it and made sure it was all the same, and now we are dead on. And when I did the intake, got to be cleaned. When I did the intake, I was pretty shocked at how off it was. Show you. Not only did I have to port these a little bit, but I had to do some porting on these also. Now they line up perfect. You're not really going to be able to see this, I don't think. No, there's no light. but they match perfectly now. I just got to clean these up with a little sandpaper, make sure there's no extra burrs or nothing. And these ones are almost ready to go. Just got to clean everything, and I can start reassembly. Excuse the air conditioner blowing here. It's very humid. Let's do this one. Looks like you can see that one the best. Get our sandpaper. A little WD footy. So this little stone, I'm putting, like holding it like a pencil, grabbing the end of the valve on this side and spinning it and just slowly working this back. And I'm kind of at a 45-degree angle, just trying to get that little burr off. Being very careful not to scratch the hell out of everything else. You can actually see the burr kind of disappearing. Looks like one side might be a little more prevalent than the other. Very gentle, very easy. Take your time. I was last night for quite a while. Number one, trying to figure out what I should do. Number two, trying to do some internet searching to find out if this is common or not. And from what I understand, it is common. This happens. Not a big deal. Take a stone and some sandpaper. Same thing, I'm holding the end of the valve from the other end. And this time I'm just going to mostly use my right arm to try and get this burr off of here. My paper's ripping. I'm also trying to keep my thumb pressure right on that little lip. Right here is where the burr is. Trying to keep all the pressure right there. I can still feel there's a little tiny bit of a burr there. So let's see if the sandpaper can get her closer. We're almost there. Round two. Very gentle. Where I can still see, when I sanded, I could still see a little bit of a burr line on a few parts of it. So I'm going to continue to do this. And one thing I found out yesterday is if I sand this way just a few times, you can see where the burr is and where it's not. Still looks like this little. So I'm going to change my angle here. Instead of holding this at a 45, now I'm going to hold this at a really light angle. Sandpaper once again, and hopefully this time it does it. Just checking with my fingernail if I can feel the burr anymore. Feels okay. We'll see what happens. You do not want to force this through the brass. You will ruin the brass. We're still just a touch tight. We're almost there. Also, there's probably some carbon on the valve stem itself. see if this goes. Oh yeah, came right out. So that's how you do it. Right here is where the burr was, and that little method there got her out of there. Whatever you do, do not force pulling your valve out of here, because you will ruin this brass. So I'm going to continue to clean these parts up and keep doing my little trick here with the valves. Also keep everything organized, put it back where it went in the first place, label everything, use a box, poke some holes in it, write down with a marker which one's which, what side it's from, what head, 1, 2, or 3, 4, you know, exhaust and intake, 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 exhaust, exhaust, and you should be good to go. So next video after this, I'm probably going to do some more porting. I might add that. I don't know how much you guys want to sit there and watch me grind, but I'll show you how I do it with just a DeWalt drill and these. I believe these are in my parts list too on my video descriptions. That should be it. Have a great day, everybody. Get out in the garage and get something done.